Is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to say that I've been noticing the channel has been growing. So I just want to go over a few things for the new subscribers out there to give them a little history on what I've been doing and what my channel's about. So anyway, this is my first build ever, my first car I've ever built, and I've done it all off like other YouTube videos, basically sloppy mechanic videos. And basically that's the main one I've been focusing on right now is the sloppy mechanic videos. And I've used other videos for like references, like Clowney 1969. I use his to help me do the gauges and stuff on the inside because he had the same Camaro with the same gauges I had. So I watched his video on how to install my gauges. But sloppy mechanics, I got the motor, how to do the motor and turbo setup, and I used his tune to drive it to town and stuff like that. And then later on I went to Spool Tech and got it all tuned up at Spool Tech just because I had dialed in, you know. And right now it was tuned on 7 pounds of boost, and it's at 574 horsepower and 535 foot-pounds of torque. So it's pretty conservative. I'm gonna turn the boost up. It still has iron heads on it. It has fourth gen internals, like 4th gen rods. It has flat top pistons, and it has a Little John's stage 2 turbo cam and 210 pound injectors, 80 millimeter T6 VS Racing turbo. I think that's about it. Oh, I got PAC 1218 springs in the heads. It's got iron heads on there, like 2019 or 2000. The year is 2000 for the heads. It's like a 873. They're iron heads. But I got some 243s. I'm gonna get ready and put those on here. I was waiting just for this, you know, the cold weather to come out. So, and here it's coming. And I got these all finished up. These are 243 heads. They've all been vacuum tested and everything. And I put the Brian Truly Racing double springs in there. So they're ready to rock and roll. I got the other one right over here. So I just wanted to get those out and show you. I'm going to be putting those on. They're used. They're not brand new. But like I said, they've been vacuum tested and sent to the machine shop. And so on. So they're ready to go. They're ready to go on. I'm gonna replace the iron heads. The other thing I'm gonna do is I got a new sending unit right here because I got 3 450 wall barrels in the tank right now, and I didn't have enough room to fit my gas gauge. So, man, that's really been bothering me because when you're out on the road, you want to know how much gas you have. You don't want to be like wondering. So I think I'm gonna take the 3 450 wall barrels out of the tank. I will put that new sending unit in with no pumps in there. I'm gonna sump the tank, put a MagnaFuel 4303 in there, and that should give me all the fuel I need. Because right now I got so much pump that I'm not really using any injector. So I think I think that it's gonna downgrade a little bit on the fuel system. I think the 3 450s is gonna put out more fuel than the 1 4303, but my goal, I'm only trying to go around 1,000 horse right now. I could always put it back in. I'm gonna save the fuel system, so I could always put it back in if I don't like it. But something tells me I'm gonna really like having a gas gauge, a functioning gas gauge, especially when you're on E85. Your fuel, like it goes pretty quick sometimes if you're really getting on it, you know. So the other thing I want to do is, let's see here. I'm going to get a rear end. So I'm going to get a Strange S60 rear end we're going to put in here. Because right now it's still got the 10 bolt rear end. And that's why I haven't taken it to the track yet. Because that 10 bolt rear end, really, they're notorious for breaking. I built it. I didn't do it. I had a friend of mine do it. And we did as much as we could. I think we put a spool in there, and we put some upgraded axles. That's all we could do. I think they're 28 spline axles. But either way, people always only say you can build these to the max, and they're only good for about 500 horse. So I'm already over that. And the last thing I want to do is break a C-clipper end and crash the car, you know, from an axle coming out or anything like that. So I'll get the new rear end in there, the new disc brakes in the back. I'll put a drive shaft hoop in there, and really the only thing I have to do to pass tech after that, excuse me, is put a neutral safety switch in. So I got to do that as well. But oh, there's one more thing. I got the cage right here. So I ordered a cage. I just got it painted. I painted it black, obviously. It was raw, like it's this mild steel. So here's the rest of it up here. I'll be welding that together, installing all that myself with my TIG welder, the Eastwood TIG 200. I'm sorry, TIG 200 right here from Eastwood. Really nice machine. I like it. See, I got the Slack Mechanics logo. Watch Mike from Monkey Fab to help me learn how to weld. I had to teach myself how to weld doing this. Did all my own welding. But anyway, that's what we're doing here. Is I'm basically watching people's videos and showing people that it works. Like Slack Mechanics is badass. That's all I can say. Like, thank you, Matt, for all you've done for me. You know, you've taught me so much, and I just got to give you the recognition. It's not like I did all this on my own, you know. So anyway, let's see what else I want to do. I want to put a new intake on here. I want to get the bread box intake, the Trailblazer SS intake, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to put the aluminum heads on, which I've already said. I got a new timing or a camshaft plate, whatever, for the oil pressure, to keep the oil pressure up. Probably I might freshen up the rings, or not the rings, excuse me, the bearings. I'm not sure, because I do gotta tear it apart. The other thing I found out is I've always thought I had some belt squeal, because I'd start the car and it sounded just like the belt was squealing. I know I got a lot of talking in this video, but I'm just trying to show you guys what I've been up to. I haven't posted in a minute. But anyway, I had a lot of belt, like I'd start the car and it sounded like I had belt squeal. It'd go away, and then I'd be driving, and it'd be fine for the rest of the trip. It'd only do it after I started it up for a little bit. And then I ripped a burnout. It was a pretty good burnout. And then it started squealing pretty good for a while. And then it quit. And then it started doing it only when I pushed the clutch in. So I was like, man, it probably wasn't even the belt. It sounds just like belt squeal, but I'm sure it's the throwout bearing or pilot bearing. So I'm gonna have to pull it out anyway, change the bearings. I got a American Powertrain bearing, throwout bearing that I put in there, because I got American Powertrain clutch. Not clutch, master cylinder, I guess you could call it. The clutch is a McLeod Racing clutch, RXT, the 1,000 horsepower clutch. 1,000 horsepower capable, or it can hold 1,000, whatever you want to say. So that was my goal. I built the car for everything to hold 1,000 horsepower, because that's what I want to do, is when I have a badass street car. Like right now, I'm thinking it's like a 10-second car. If you go online and you post in, if you post in the stuff online, it'll probably should run like a 10-second, you know? So that's that. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update and what you can expect to see, basically. I know there's probably a few things I'm leaving out. I'm trying to think of it all, but you always end up leaving something out. But just stay tuned. Like, the channel's growing. I'm getting excited about it. I'm gonna be doing all this. I'll show you guys, me doing everything. And then by next year, I'm definitely gonna take it to the track, show you guys what I can run, go to some street races, and hopefully win. But if I lose, I'll show that too, So that's about it. I'll talk to you guys later.